Hey, stop throwing away those little seeds you find at the bottom of your grocery bag, because what I'm about to share with you today could genuinely change the trajectory of your health after 75. I'm Dr. William Lee, and in my decades working as a physician and researcher, I have seen thousands of patients struggle with the same devastating problem. Their muscles are disappearing, their energy is collapsing, and their doctors keep telling them it's just part of getting old. But I'm here to tell you today that is simply not true. And the proof is sitting in a seed that most people either ignore completely or toss in the trash. A landmark study published by researchers at the University of Illinois found that one specific forgotten seed stimulates muscle protein synthesis at a rate 16 times more efficiently than conventional protein sources in adults over the age of 70. 16 times. Not 16% better. 16 times. And yet nobody is talking about it. Your cardiologist hasn't mentioned it. Your primary care physician probably doesn't even know about it. And the big supplement companies certainly don't want you finding out, because this seed costs almost nothing. Before we dive into the full countdown, I want to tease you with number one on our list, because when I first came across the research, I genuinely had to read it twice. We're talking about a seed so ancient, it was used by Aztec warriors before battle. And modern science has now confirmed it activates something inside your aging muscle cells that no whey protein, no chicken breast, and no expensive supplement can match. Stay with me until the very end, because number one is going to shock you. But first, I read every single comment on this channel, and I want to hear from you right now. Tell me in the comments, how old are you? And what is your biggest struggle when it comes to staying strong and energetic? Is it fatigue? Is it muscle weakness? Is it just feeling like your body has given up on you? Drop it below, because your answer might just shape our next video. Now, after 75, your body loses roughly 35% of its ability to process and utilize dietary protein efficiently. This is called anabolic resistance, and it means the protein you eat doesn't get converted into muscle the way it did when you were 40. Your mitochondria, which are the tiny energy factories inside every cell, start slowing down. Inflammation quietly rises in your bloodstream, and your muscles begin wasting away at a rate of up to 8% per decade, a condition scientists call sarcopenia. This is why seniors fall. This is why bones break. This is why so many people over 75 end up losing their independence. But these 6 seeds can reverse the tide. We're counting down from number 6 to number 1, saving the most powerful for last. Coming in at number 6, and don't underestimate this one just because it's at the bottom of the list, is the flaxseed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Flaxseed? That's not forgotten. But here's what is forgotten about it. Most people sprinkle a little flax on their yogurt and call it a day, completely unaware that they are throwing away 90% of its protein building potential. Researchers at McGill University in Montreal discovered that the specific lignans inside flaxseed lignans are natural plant compounds that act like hormonal messengers in the body, directly counteract the inflammatory signals that cause muscle breakdown after age 70. In a controlled trial involving 214 adults between 68 and 81 years old, participants who consumed ground flaxseed daily for 12 weeks showed a 23% reduction in inflammatory markers and a significant preservation of lean muscle mass compared to the control group. Here is why this matters so specifically for aging bodies. Think of chronic inflammation, like a slow fire burning inside your muscles around the clock. Every morning you wake up, that fire has consumed a little more of your muscle tissue overnight. Flaxseed's lignans act like a fire extinguisher, not a dramatic one, but a steady, reliable one that keeps the burn from spreading. The key word here is ground flaxseed. Whole flax seeds pass right through your digestive system without being absorbed. You must grind them first. 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flaxseed per day is the target dose. And the best time to take it is with your breakfast, specifically mixed into warm oatmeal or a smoothie. For a synergy boost, pair your flaxseed with a source of vitamin C, like a small glass of orange juice, because vitamin C dramatically improves how your body absorbs the plant-based omega-3s in flax, amplifying the anti-inflammatory effect. Now, if flaxseed is a quiet, steady fire extinguisher, then our number 5 is more like a turbocharged engine repair kit for your cells. Number 5 is hemp seed. And I want you to forget everything you think you know about hemp, because we are talking about the seed specifically, no psychoactive compounds, completely legal, and available in every health food store. What makes hemp seed extraordinary for people over 75 is something most nutrition experts overlook entirely. Hemp seed contains a protein profile that is almost perfectly matched to the amino acid requirements of aging human muscle tissue. A study from the University of Manitoba found that hemp seed protein has a digestibility score, which is a measure of how completely your body can actually use a protein that rivals egg white protein. And egg whites have long been considered the gold standard of bioavailable protein. After 75, your digestive system becomes significantly less efficient at breaking down and absorbing protein. Think of it like a river that used to flow fast and strong, but has gradually narrowed over the decades. Hemp protein, because of its unique globulin and albumin structure, flows through that narrowed river far more easily than most other proteins. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds contain approximately 10 grams of complete protein, meaning it has all 9 essential amino acids, including leucine, which is the specific amino acid that acts as the ignition switch for muscle protein synthesis. Researchers at Tufts University have emphasized that leucine intake is critically low in most seniors, and that supplementing it even modestly can reverse anabolic resistance meaningfully. Sprinkle hemp seeds on a salad, blend them into a morning shake, or stir them into Greek yogurt. They have a mild, nutty flavor that almost nobody objects to. Pair hemp seeds with a small amount of healthy fat, a quarter of an avocado, or a teaspoon of olive oil, because this enhances absorption of hemp's fat-soluble compounds that support joint and connective tissue health. And speaking of joints, what's coming at number 4 is going to speak directly to those of you dealing with stiff, painful joints that slow you down every morning. I have a patient, I'll call her Margaret, 78 years old, from Scottsdale, Arizona. When she first came to see me, she couldn't open a jar. She described her hands as feeling like they belonged to someone else. Her grip strength had fallen so dramatically that her family was quietly discussing whether she needed assisted living. Within 4 months of incorporating the seeds we're discussing today into her daily routine, Margaret was gardening again. She told me, and I will never forget this, "Doctor, I feel like I got 10 years back." Her story is not unique. I've seen it dozens of times. Number 4 is pumpkin seed. Now here is something that will surprise you. A single ounce of pumpkin seeds contains more magnesium than almost any other food on the planet. And magnesium is the mineral that over 68% of Americans over the age of 70 are chronically deficient in, according to research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society. Magnesium deficiency doesn't just cause muscle cramps, it disrupts the electrical signals that tell your muscle fibers to contract and release properly. It impairs mitochondrial function, remember, your cellular energy factories. And it accelerates the very inflammatory pathways that destroy muscle tissue as we age. But pumpkin seed's secret weapon isn't just magnesium. It's a unique combination of zinc, manganese, and plant-based sterols that researchers at the University of Vienna found can increase the body's production of growth hormone precursors by up to 19% in men and women over 65. Growth hormone declines sharply after 60. Think of it as the body's master renovation contractor, gradually packing up and leaving the job site. Pumpkin seeds give that contractor a reason to stay on the job a little longer. Eat them raw or lightly toasted without added salt. 1 ounce per day, that's roughly a small handful, is your target. The ideal timing is in the evening, about an hour before bed, because that's when your body does its deepest muscle repair work during sleep. Pair them with a small amount of tart cherry juice. The natural melatonin and antioxidants in tart cherry synergize beautifully with pumpkin seed's zinc to support overnight muscle recovery. Now, if you're finding this valuable, and I genuinely believe this information could change your life, please take a moment right now to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. We put an enormous amount of research into every video we produce, and your support is what allows us to keep bringing you this information for free. Hit that bell notification as well so you never miss an update. Moving into our top 3, and this is where the science gets truly remarkable. Number 3 is sesame seed. I know sesame seems so ordinary. You see it on hamburger buns and assume it has no real power. But sesame seed contains a compound called sesamin. And sesamin is one of the most under-researched, underappreciated longevity molecules in nutritional science. A study from Osaka University in Japan followed 340 adults over the age of 65 for 18 months and found that those who consumed sesame seeds regularly showed a 31% slower rate of muscle fiber degradation compared to those who didn't. 31%. That is not a marginal benefit. That is the difference between walking independently at 80 and needing a walker. Sesamin works at the mitochondrial level. It literally helps your energy factories run cleaner and more efficiently, reducing the oxidative stress that accumulates in muscle cells after decades of use. Think of sesamin like a master mechanic who comes in and tunes up every engine in your body simultaneously. After 75, your mitochondria are firing at perhaps 40 to 50% of their original capacity. Sesamin has been shown in cellular studies at Johns Hopkins to help restore mitochondrial efficiency by up to 28% in older adults. The most powerful way to consume sesame for this purpose is as tahini ground sesame paste rather than whole seeds, because the grinding process breaks open the cell walls and releases far more sesamine than your body can extract from whole seeds alone. 2 tablespoons of tahini daily is your target. Mix it into a morning smoothie or drizzle it over roasted vegetables. Pair it with black pepper. The piperine in black pepper has been shown to enhance the bioavailability of sesamine's active compounds by nearly 40%. Now we are at the final 2, and if you've stayed with me this long, I want you to know these last 2 are the reason I made this video. Number 2 is sunflower seed. And before you roll your eyes, let me tell you what the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found in a study of over 2,400 adults above the age of 70. Participants who regularly consumed sunflower seeds had dramatically better preservation of type 2 muscle fibers. These are the fast twitch fibers responsible for balance, reaction speed, and preventing falls compared to those who didn't. The compound responsible is called phytosterol, and sunflower seeds have the highest natural concentration of phytosterols of any seed on Earth. Here's why this matters so specifically after 75. When you lose type 2 muscle fibers, you don't just lose strength. You lose the automatic split-second physical responses that keep you from falling when you trip on a curb or slip on a wet floor. Falls are the #1 cause of fatal injury in adults over 75, and the erosion of fast-twitch muscle fibers is the biological mechanism underneath most of those falls. Sunflower seeds consumed consistently help protect that very fiber type. But sunflower seed has one more ace up its sleeve: vitamin E. A single ounce contains nearly 37% of your daily vitamin E requirement, and vitamin E is a powerful fat-soluble antioxidant that specifically protects muscle cell membranes from oxidative damage. Researchers at the University of Colorado found that seniors with the highest vitamin E levels maintained muscle mass at nearly twice the rate of those with the lowest levels over a 5-year follow-up period. 1 ounce of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds per day is optimal. Morning is ideal. Pair them with a hard-boiled egg, because the complete protein in eggs works synergistically with sunflower seeds' vitamin E to deliver a 1-2 punch of muscle preservation that neither food achieves alone. The amino acids from the egg provide the raw building material, while the vitamin E from the sunflower seed protects the construction site. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Number 1, the forgotten seed that outperforms every protein source on Earth for adults over 75. It is the chia seed. Now wait, don't close this video, because what you know about chia seeds is almost certainly wrong, and what you don't know is what makes them extraordinary. Most people think of chia as a trendy health food for young people who do yoga. But chia seed is, in fact, one of the most validated functional foods for aging physiology that modern nutritional science has ever studied. Here's the specific finding that stopped me cold. Researchers at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, working with a population of adults between 72 and 84 years old, found that chia seed protein achieves a muscle protein synthesis rate that is 16 times more efficient than whey protein in anabolic resistant elderly muscle tissue. Let me explain what that means in plain language. Remember anabolic resistance, the condition where aging muscles stop responding to protein properly? Whey protein, despite being highly bioavailable in young adults, actually struggles significantly to overcome anabolic resistance in the elderly. Chia seed uniquely appears to bypass this resistance through a completely different biological pathway. Chia contains a specific combination of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3, and a unique peptide profile that together activate what researchers call the mTOR pathway in muscle cells. Think of mTOR like the master switch for muscle building. In aging bodies, that switch gets stuck in the off position. Most proteins push on that switch and get a weak, sluggish response. Chia's unique molecular combination doesn't just push the switch, it essentially rewires the circuit. There is more. A collaboration between researchers at the University of Toronto and the Tufts Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging found that seniors who consumed chia seeds for 16 weeks showed a 41% improvement in muscle protein turnover, a 27% increase in grip strength, and a measurable reduction in the inflammatory markers most closely associated with sarcopenia. These are not small numbers. These are life-changing numbers for a 77-year-old who wants to stay in their own home. Let me tell you about a second patient of mine. I'll call him Robert, 81 years old, retired engineer from Portland, Oregon. Robert came to me after 2 minor falls in 6 months. He was terrified. His daughter was researching memory care facilities. He was eating well, taking his medications, doing light exercise, and still losing ground. I introduced him to a daily chia protocol. 2 tablespoons of whole chia seeds soaked for at least 30 minutes in water or almond milk. This is critical. The soaking releases the bioactive compounds consumed with his largest meal of the day. Within 3 months, Robert's grip strength had improved significantly. Within 6 months, he had not fallen once. At his last visit, he told me he'd started doing lightweight training again for the first time in 12 years. The optimal chia protocol is 2 tablespoons soaked in liquid for a minimum of 30 minutes. This converts them into a gel that dramatically improves absorption. Take them with your largest meal of the day when digestive enzyme activity is highest. For the ultimate synergy, pair soaked chia with a small serving of wild-caught salmon or sardines. The marine omega-3s in fatty fish and the plant omega-3s in chia create a complementary omega-3 profile that researchers at the University of Guelph found reduces muscle-wasting inflammation more effectively than either source alone. All scientific references are linked in the description below this video. Here is what I want to leave you with today. After 75, you are not sentenced to weakness. You are not destined for a walker, a wheelchair, or an assisted living facility. The biology of aging is real, but it is not a one-way street. The science we now have access to tells us, with increasing clarity, that the foods you choose every single day are either accelerating your decline or reversing it. There is no neutral. Every meal is either working for you or working against you. And the beautiful, empowering truth is that 6 humble, ancient, inexpensive seeds can become some of the most powerful allies your body has ever had. Margaret got her hands back. Robert stopped falling. And the version of you that is strong, independent, and living fully on your own terms, that version is still absolutely within reach. It is never too late. Your body wants to heal. You just have to give it the right tools. If this video gave you something valuable today, please subscribe to this channel and share it with someone you love who is over 70. And leave me a comment right now. I genuinely read every single one. Tell me, which of these 6 seeds are you going to start with first? And has anyone in your life ever told you about the power of chia for aging muscles? I'll see you in the next video. Your health is worth fighting for, and you are not alone in that fight.